Welcome to our mock test on the principles of working in the private security industry. This exam is designed to test your understanding of the essential principles and practices required for a career in private security. With 72 questions and a time limit of 110 minutes. Use of drugs. Each of the following actions might be appropriate if an individual has been identified as vulnerable and at risk. Offer to arrange for a licensed taxi to take the person home. Encourage the person to make their own way home. Accompany the person home. Allow the person to make their own decisions. The correct option is offer to arrange for a licensed taxi to take the person home. Which of the following behaviors could indicate a potential sexual predator? Finding a date rape drug on someone during a search. A male providing his contact details to a female. One person buying lunch for another. A group of males talking to a female. The correct option is finding a date rape drug on someone during a search. Which of the following is a possible sign of abuse? A change in an individual's cleanliness or appearance. A happy and confident individual. An individual who always takes part in daily activities and duties. Someone who willingly engages in conversation. The correct option is a change in an individual's cleanliness or appearance. What should a security operative ensure in relation to an alleged sexual assault? That they will carry out a full criminal investigation, that they will write a report for the SIA, that they will safeguard the victim, that they will try and find the culprit. The correct option is that they will safeguard the victim. When dealing with antisocial behavior, how should a security operative respond? Remain calm. Let colleagues know about the situation and speak with those involved. Remain calm and let the behavior continue, hoping it will come to a natural end. Remain calm, explaining to your colleagues that the behavior should be ignored. Remain calm as they do not have to deal with the situation. The correct option is remain calm. Let colleagues know about the situation and speak with those involved who can provide a security operative with support following their involvement in an incident. Services such as victim support, Samaritans, and citizens' advice, neighborhood watch schemes, the Home Office, organizations such as Crime Stoppers, National Pub Watch, and Pride of Britain. The correct option is services such as victim support, Samaritans, and citizens' advice. Why is it important to seek support following a traumatic incident? It is a condition of SIA licensing. It reduces the risk of illness such as depression and anxiety. It guarantees a promotion. It is a police requirement. The correct option is it reduces the risk of illness such as depression and anxiety. What are the benefits for a security operative of taking time out to reflect on an incident, to remember an exciting event, to allow them to spend time away from work, to consider what went well and what could be improved next time, to have some additional paid leave? The correct option is to consider what went well and what could be improved next time. Why should security operatives contribute to improving service and practice? To show that they are more valuable than other staff members, to make sure they receive an end of year bonus, to help in identifying ways of dealing with situations effectively, to improve scores on consumer ratings websites. The correct option is to help in identifying ways of dealing and situations effectively. Who is responsible for providing a health and safety policy? Employer, employees, Health and Safety Executive, Trade Union. The correct option is employer. Why do employees need to keep personal information safe? To comply with health and safety legislation, to comply with RIWDOR regulations, to comply with safety signs and signals regulations, to comply with current data protection legislation. The correct option is to comply with current data protection legislation. With regard to fire safety, which of the following is a possible source of ignition? Furniture, oxygen, propane, sunlight. The correct option is sunlight. If you see smoke coming from under a door and the door furniture is hot, what should you do? Get the nearest fire extinguisher, open the door and tackle the fire. Open the door using a cloth to protect your hands. Confirm there is a fire. Close it again and then sound the alarm. Report the situation to the control room and follow instructions. Sound the alarm and do not open the door. The correct option is sound the alarm and do not open the door. When should fire doors be kept closed? At all times. During winter months only. During health and safety audits. Outside of office hours. The correct option is at all times. Which of the following describes a Class B fire? Flammable liquids, flammable solids, flammable gases, flammable metals. The correct option is flammable liquids. Which of the following does a fire extinguisher with a green band contain? CO2, dry powder, foam, water. The correct option is foam. Which of the following describes the specific duties of a fire marshal? Identification of fire hazards and ensuring escape routes are kept clear. Implementation of the health and safety at work policy. Maintenance and refilling of fire extinguishers. Weekly visits to the local fire authority. The correct option is identification of fire hazards and ensuring escape routes are kept clear. What is an emergency termed as? A situation that is unplanned and threatens safety required immediate attention. A situation that is unplanned and there is no disruption. A situation that is unplanned but requires no action. A situation that is unplanned. The correct option is a situation that is unplanned and threatens safety requiring immediate attention. Which of the following would be described as an emergency? A lighting or power system failure, a late delivery of parcel, a situation where the customer is refused entry, an unexpected visitor. The correct option is a lighting or power system failure. Which of the following describes a common reaction by people in an emergency situation? They will always ignore all instructions. They will immediately become aggressive. They will always react calmly, regardless of the situation. They may panic and freeze. The correct option is they may panic and freeze. What should a security operative do when taking a bomb threat call? Interrupt the caller to obtain so much information as possible. Be attentive and listen carefully to the caller. Assume the call is a hoax. Make a few notes of what is said. The correct option is be attentive and listen carefully to the caller. What is the Approved Contractors Scheme? ACS. A register of all security companies operating in the UK. A voluntary register of security companies operating in England only. A voluntary scheme for security companies that have reached set standards. A government body that defines procedures for the security industry. The correct option is a voluntary scheme for security companies that have reached set standards. Which of the following is an example of an offense under civil law? Theft, breach of contract, actual bodily harm, working as a security operative without an SIA license. The correct option is breach of contract. Which of the following describes one of the main aims of the Private Security Industry Act 2001 to provide assistance at large spectator events, to provide standards of conduct for forces personnel, to raise standards in the private security industry, to raise public awareness of the private security industry? The correct option is to raise standards in the private security industry. Which of the following is covered under Article 6 of the Human Rights Act? Freedom of speech, freedom from slavery, protection of liberty, right to a fair trial. The correct option is right to a fair trial. What action should a security operative take following a situation in which an individual suffers an injury? Put the casualty in the recovery position, deal with the injury within the limits of their own capabilities, move the casualty to a place of safety, involve passers-by in the treatment of the injured individual. The correct option is deal with the injury within the limits of their own capabilities. What is an evacuation? A controlled process of clearing an area, building at all costs. A process for the safe removal of people from an area or premises. A controlled process of returning people safely to a site after an incident. A controlled process of getting or keeping people inside a site when there are safety concerns outside. The correct option is a controlled process of getting or keeping people inside a site when there are safety concerns outside. Which of the following best describes nonverbal communication? Gestures, stance, eye contact and facial expressions. Gestures, speech, pitch and tone of voice. Gestures, words, using signs and text messages. Gestures, eye contact, tone of voice and text messages. The correct option is gestures, stance, eye contact, and facial expressions. Which of the following is one of the key purposes for the private security industry? To act as a trade association, to monitor the activities of the police, to ensure that all security operatives receive regular bonuses and pay rises, provide personnel and appropriate protection systems to protect people, property, and premises. The correct option is to provide personnel and appropriate protection systems to protect people, property, and premises. The regulation of the security industry is the responsibility of which organization? British Security Industry Association, BSIA, Skills for Security, SFS, Security Industry Authority, SIA, Health and Safety Executive, HSE. The correct option is Security Industry Authority, SIA. Which of the following is one of the expected standards of behavior for a private security industry operative? Reliable, aggressive, inflexible, challenging. The correct option is reliable. Which of the following is the benefit of community safety initiative activities? To improve the physical security of vulnerable targets, to improve security and remove the need for access control and CCTV, to restrict the movement of individuals in the nighttime economy, to increase the workload of police and community support officers. The correct option is to improve the physical security of vulnerable targets. What is the purpose of a security operative's assignment instructions? To describe their role and duties for a specific site, to test their knowledge of the local area, to state hours of work, to test their knowledge of the company structure. The correct option is to describe their role and duties for a specific site. Which of these is correct relating to the use of CCTV? There is no requirement to inform the public that CCTV is installed. There is no requirement to be trained in how to use CCTV equipment. The system must be registered with the SIA. The system must not record in the private places, such as toilets. The correct option is the system must not record in private places, such as toilets. Which of the following might limit the effectiveness of the CCTV? Regular maintenance, operator training, technical problems, linking with crime reduction schemes. The correct option is operator training. What should a security operative be aware of with regard to the limitations of a CCTV system? That you are responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of the system, that individuals may become familiar with the scope of the CCTV coverage, that visitors might forget which areas are covered by the CCTV system, that anyone can use a CCTV system without having to be trained. The correct option is that individuals may become familiar with the scope of the CCTV coverage. Thank you for taking our mock test on the principles of working in the private security industry. We hope this has been a valuable learning experience to help you prepare. Remember to practice for the exam. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Thank you for your support and we wish you the best of luck on your exam.